Hello, thanks for watching. Today I want to talk about growth and how fear, hope, and courage play a role. Growth comes from extending or expanding beyond current borders to persist and evolve. These borders can be physical or metaphysical. Life evolves to persist better and more easily. Life persists in order to be able to evolve. And existence is merely the ability to persist from one moment to the next or to persist into the future. Evolution allows us to persist over a greater number of moments, so lack of evolution leads to a shorter existence and thus a quicker death. To prioritize persistence is to deny evolution. To deny evolution is to stunt growth, and stunted growth equals death. Fear makes us prioritize persistence. Fear keeps us within our borders or comfort zone. This is how fear tactics work because they dissuade people from growing outside of those current borders. Courage allows us to venture beyond our current borders, which leads to evolution. In this, we discover that persistence is only necessary to evolve. If you aren't evolving, you may as well be dead. To relegate life to sheer persistence is to relegate life to death ultimately. Evolution is necessary to live, which is in line with the God choice of evolving cognitively in order to be closer to God and live amongst each other as higher thinking beings. Growth requires space and time, which is important to understand as higher thinking beings. Cognitive growth takes place in our mindset, which embodies both space and time. Just as a plant outgrows a pot, we cognitively outgrow mindsets, or at least we should if we are to evolve and truly live. Persistently existing is not living as intended. It is a detriment to growth to return to a previous mindset or to persist in a mindset which no longer supports evolution. With our cognition comes the ability to contemplate our persistence. Because evolution is the ultimate goal of life, we are spurred to think about what positions in life give us a better opportunity to persist and evolve. Inversely, we can contemplate positions which might hinder our evolution and thus our ability to evolve. This is why there is hope. In a previous video, I spoke about how hope has been shown to have a positive impact on problem-solving skills. Hope is the ability to contemplate beyond our current borders. And courage is the ability to take the actions necessary to grow toward what we have contemplated outside of our comfort zone. Stagnation of growth is indicative of lack of hope, which manifests as fear, or lack of courage, which manifests as cowardice. Growth as higher thinking beings is dependent on hope to persist and courage to evolve, both of which are realized with the God choice. So how does one break out of stagnation? Well, number one, of course, is making the good choice. Number two would be to find or foster a community of growth. It is always better to grow together, but there are many factors that may affect the community's ability to grow together, such as ego, envy, fear, and cowardice, which all stem from a lack of alignment with God. Ego is a projection of fear in a communal setting. Cowardice is projected as envy in that same setting. Ego misunderstands the space necessary to grow as distance, and envy looks to minimize that perceived distance. Number three on how to break out of stagnation is to take control of your growth by prioritizing your evolution. Especially in today's society, it may be difficult to find or foster an adequate community that meets your evolutionary needs. Your life is yours to live and control, regardless of societal pressures. The only master you are required to obey is God, who would only act in your favor. Your growth benefits you and everyone you love, and ultimately your growth benefits the world. Number 4 on how to break out of stagnation is to remain true to yourself. Being fake is often associated with trying to be someone you aren't, but it is also often being someone you no longer are. Once an old mindset is shed, you can no longer return to it. To trim your evolution is to trim your existence, which is inviting death. And then number 5 is just to reinforce number 1. Things don't always make sense through our own understanding, but with God's wisdom, much more will be understood. Leaders such as those within the World Economic Forum understand the importance of evolution and the price paid through stagnant persistence, but they have unfortunately not aligned themselves with the good choice, which I've been spelling out and will continue to do over a number of videos. They are evolving society to their benefit while constructing a cognitive maze of stagnant persistence for the rest of us. Why and how they do this is discussed in greater detail in those other videos. Prioritizing our evolution is the only way to combat this. No avenue more important at this time than cognitively. Once technology is able to replace our cognitive abilities, it will be too late. In what ways do you foster growth? And in what ways do you prioritize your own evolution? Leave me a comment down below. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.